Hey guys, this is Chris, and today we are going to do one of my weekly updates, and it's not so much of a big update as it is more of a shout out. I want to give some shout outs to some people, and just wanted to discuss a few topics with everybody. So I'm trying to keep up with doing weekly updates, and they're not always, some big informative update. It's just staying in touch, talking about a few things, taking care of a little bit of business, whatever. So that's all we're doing here. And I do want to apologize. I have so much content that I want to put on my channel. All content to give information, to help people. That's totally what my channel is about, and I just haven't done it, and it's tough. I'm a normal 40-hour a week guy. That I have a job that I have to work 40 hours a week. I do a little bit of travel for that job, so some days it's just I'm exhausted, and at the end of the day, just want to put my feet up and not do a video. So I apologize for that. And also this time of year is a little bit tough for me personally. Yesterday, in fact, was 4 years ago that I lost my father to cancer. So been in a little bit of a rut this week, and it's just been a tough time. So those of you who have lost loved ones very close to you, or friends, you know exactly how I feel and what I'm talking about. My father was a huge part of my life. He was a big figure. If you think I tell it like it is, or just say what I feel, then you would have loved my father. Everything my personality and stuff like that, I pretty much get from my father. I looked up to my father and kind of followed his footsteps. So enough of that. Just wanted to explain, this has just been a tough week, so I haven't put any content out really. With that being said, I want to give a shout out to some people, and one of them just recently, Greg Trevor, Traver. I apologize, Greg. It's Traver, maybe. You know who you are. I really appreciate it. Little things like this mean so much to me. I put a shout out that in one of my, I think it was one of my live videos, I put a shout out about, if anybody, wants to volunteer and help me out with some graphics, I would love that. And Greg stepped up and did some logos for me. And there's one other person that made a comment on one of my videos and offered to do some help. So I apologize, I have not contacted you. I did read that, and I think I replied to you, but I did not respond to taking you up on your invitation. So if you're watching this, please make a comment under this video, and I'll give you my email address. And there's some things that I would love if anybody does graphics or anything like that. Like video openers, little opener scenes. That people usually put into their videos. I usually don't do that. I usually just shoot straight to the video. But a quick little short opener for videos, different styles, that would be great. So anybody wants to volunteer and help out with that, I would love it. I'd be very appreciative of that. If there's anything I could do for you personally, then don't ever hesitate to ask me. So Greg, thank you so much for the logos. These are similar logos to the gold QC that I already have. You did a great job on that. That one I like even more than the one I've been using, and then the ones that I showed you that I wanted some similarities to with different colors. You did a great job. I love them. I've already put one to use on my personal, or my QC QC Guy Facebook profile. I used one of those on my logo, or one of those logos on my profile picture, so I really appreciate it, and those logos are going to pop up a lot into my videos and things, so for my thumbnails and things like that. So thank you so much, Greg. I really appreciate that. Little things like that just mean the world to me, that somebody actually takes the time to do something like that for me, and I really appreciate it. The other one is, your name is Rick. That's all I know about you. Other than the fact I have your address, and I'm very thankful that I have your address, because I'm going to send something back to you. And if you're watching this, Rick, or if you're in my Facebook group and you want to make it known, or just please send me a private message, I would greatly appreciate it, because like I said, this has been a hard week, and a little surprise came in the mail this week, and it really made my day. I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And again, the fact that somebody just took the time to make this for me, I'm assuming you made it. Maybe you ordered it, I don't know. But that you took the time to do this, and it's easy to find me. You can Google and find my address. I've put my coordinates out there in my channel. I've even posted my address before to people. Maybe you're a Rick that I might have helped in the past and you had my address, but I'll just skip all this and just get to the gift. I really love this. I am not a hat person in my videos, but I have a lot of hats. I wear hats all the time. If I'm outside doing yard work, I'm out in the sun, anytime I'm usually outside, I always have a hat on my head. And this is great. I love this. This is going to be one of my, see if you can see it, yeah. This is going to be one of my top hats that I wear. I have some favorites, and this will be among one of them. So, man, that was awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. You have no idea what it means to me. It's just the fact that you took the time to do this. So Rick, whoever you are, I'm going to send you something back, and hopefully that is your address. But again, I really do appreciate it. So thank you very much. And the other person would be Hugh Pollock. And you know, I know a lot of people always recommend stuff in Facebook groups, and you know, I have my Facebook groups, and people always, you know, recommend a battery and stuff like that, and cases, and that's exactly what Hugh did. Hugh recommended a case, and I'm kind of picky about the cases that I put my quads in, and he pointed one out from a store that we have here in the United States called Harbor Freight, and you can also, I double checked, see if we could find it anywhere else. For those of you who don't have a Harbor Freight, it can be found on Amazon, so I'll put that link in the video. But he pointed out this little deal that he found. It's a very nice hard shell case. It's waterproof, and it has a valve here. So like if you keep it in your car and it's a little bit warm, you would want to keep this open, because pressure or vacuum would suck up into the case just from the difference in temperature. I did have it in my car, and I had it closed, and before I opened the case I just wanted to see, and I opened it and I heard the air. So that valve is there for a reason, and it works. But if you're worried about dropping it in water or anything like that, definitely have the valve closed. And this particular one is the Apache 3800. They make smaller ones and they make larger ones. This is perfect for the Zino, and I bought a small one that's about half this size for my handgun. It holds my .357, and it holds a box of ammunition, and that worked out perfect for that. I bought two of these, one for my Zino and one for my Fimi X8. and you can put locks on it. It's got 2 places for locks, and they have metal there, so it's not something where you can just easily break off. So if you're traveling with it and you want to keep it locked, there's your option for that. It's a really good case. It's really strong. It seals really good. I haven't tested it. I just trust that it's waterproof. It does have a seal, a rubber seal all the way around it, and it seems like it secures very well. And here, so you can see, let me take this out. So you can see this is how I keep it for my Zino. I did you can make it totally customized for however you want to use it. So I've made it so my Zino's right here with a battery inside the Zino, and then I have my 3 other batteries right here, and then I have my controller, and I've even got little cutouts for the sticks so they're not jammed in the foam. And then I have my holder for my tablets. This has worked out to be very good. If you have a tablet and you use it with your Zino and you want a good tablet holder to use, go to my video where I show the different tablets that you can use, and you'll find a link for this particular holder, and then you'll find out what I made to where there is no possible way for this to come undone from the Zino controller. That's the problem with the Zino controller holding tablets, is they don't clamp in, and this simple thing I did right here, it just gives you an idea of what you can do. You don't have to do the same thing. It'll give you an idea just how simply to lock it in place. No matter how much you shake it, you will not knock this out of the controller. So go to that video if you want to learn anything about this. And I've got my cables in there, so it all works out good. I got my little screwdriver here, and what it is they're all perforated. I don't want to rip one, but you can see they're little perforated squares, and you rip them out basically, and you can make any shape you want to do what you want to do with it. So thank you very much for this recommendation. I'm a little bit picky in this area, and this served me very well. I'm going to buy more and use the exact same cases for my Mavic Pro, and I like it better than the one I'm using for my Mavic Pro currently. Plus I'll be able to stack them all nice and neat. And for my Mavic Pro, for my Mavic 2 Zoom, I'm going to do the same case as well. So I will put a link for Harbor Freight and for Amazon on the case, and then I have one more last shout out, and that would be for Mythili drone. I had passed originally on the Zino because I already have 2. And one I did the battery mod on, which I need to get to. That's one of the things I have to get to, and it's on top priority to finish up a video. I need the one I did the battery mod on. I need to do some flight tests with that, see what kind of time I'm getting with that battery mod compared to the stock battery. But with Mythili, I need to do a review when I get a product, and like all companies that want you to do a review, they want a positive review. And I got a message asking what I thought about it. They watched the person that I'm friends with from Mythili drone, saw my video on the firmware update, messaged me, asked me what I thought about the new firmware and if I could recommend the Zino. And I said yes, I can recommend the Zino on that firmware. So they went ahead and just sent me a Zino. So I'm going to do my review, and it will be a positive review, but it will heed the warning of the current problems. I feel comfortable enough giving this a 4 or a 5-star review, and I will do just that. So just when I was going to say in this video, when I first thought about this video a few days ago and wrote my little bullet points, one of the things I was going to say is I'm going to take a little break on the Zino because it's kind of exhausted at this point. But the one thing that you really find with the Zino is what problems I have, other people aren't having. What problems you're having, I might not be having. A lot of that can be the difference in where we live, the conditions, where we fly, largely the devices we use. But to me, it's mind-boggling, some of the things that people have issues with that I don't have an issue with, or that I report that other people don't report, that you think is a significant problem everybody would have. Hubsan's really good at that. They create these little problems that make it kind of hard to sort out when one person's saying it's not a problem and one person says it is a problem. I'm in the FEMI groups, I'm in DJI groups, and when they release a new product, everybody's kind of on the same page as to what the problem is. With Hubsan, if you go all the way back from the beginnings of the H501S or the H109S, same thing. One person would have this, not one person, half side would have this one problem and the other half would have this other problem, and it was kind of a separation. One side would have one problem, the other side wouldn't. It's the exact same thing with the Zino, and it kind of drives me nuts. So now that I have 3, I can do my own comparisons. I'm going to make sure every single one has the same firmware on it. The only difference is one of mine will have that battery mod, but with that battery mod I can still use a stock battery, so really there's no change there that would affect the outcome of a test. So I can fly all three in the same conditions, the same location, doing the same things, and I can come up with my own conclusion as to what the heck is going on, if it's just location related or the device that I am using compared to what other people are using. I think that's a big part of it right there, is the devices. But living in different areas where you fly, that also can play a big part of it as well. So I just want to, for the main part, make sure I'm not crazy here when I say mine's not doing this, but a majority of people are having this issue. Or if I say mine is doing this and a majority of the people are saying theirs don't. And the biggest one that boggles me is the ones that say they have absolutely no problems, theirs is perfect. That's the only one I do not believe. I think those are the ones that are, maybe it's just a experience level, or they are completely blinded by the camera. So many people were so desperate for a quad like this from Hubsan with a nice good quality 4K camera on a gimbal. They got that, and I think some people are just blinded by that. As long as that camera works and they can get some good footage, they don't care how this thing flies. And you know, I'm not being negative towards those people. I understand it. You got what you wanted. That's your top priority, the camera, and that's all you care about. So just take a quick look real quick. I already have opened it because this is take 2 on this video. I go too damn long on these videos. But just to show you, it is brand new. I have 3 of them now, so I will do my testing like I said. I just want to see, make sure, which I should, I want to make sure that I have the square camera. That way all my quads are the same. Because one of them that I had the round camera, if you recall one of my videos, I swapped the camera and I put a square camera in. So we have, yes, we have the square camera. So that's good. All 3 are identical in every aspect. I don't know what firmware is on this, but I will check. And Make sure they are all the same versions. That way we get a good conclusion on tests. I'm not going to fill the channel with flights from all three of them. Anything that I find irregular or odd or anything that I think is video worthy, I will put on the channel. So again, thank you, Mythili Drone, and I have since communicated with my contact there and asked for a promo code so we can get a discount on this. My apologies, the discount is through Amazon only, which limits it to US members. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you're going to get that free shipping, but it's only the US, and I understand some people in Canada can use Amazon US and get to use the promo codes. So it's pretty much just for US and or USA and Canada. But that's the best I can do. Sorry, I'm not affiliated with GearBest or Banggood or any of those places. So GearBest does have a good deal going on now, I believe, for $295. Anything under $300 on this quad is definitely worth it. I'll recommend that all day long. That's the price point I think this should be at, is $300. No more. So that's it. When I get the promo code, you may want to, if you're not a subscriber, you might want to subscribe to my channel, because once I get a promo code, I will add it in the link. It won't be there now, but I will add it in the link, or underneath I'll add the link to the promo code, or what am I saying? I'll add the promo code underneath the video, not a link. And a link to where you can find it on Amazon. That's what I meant to say. So that's it. And also, if you're not in my Facebook groups, join. That's also where I post promo codes. So that's it for that. The only other thing I wanted to say was that the Hubsan forum is still down. We're in the middle of March. They said it would be back in March. It's still not here. So we're looking for that still. Don't know. I guarantee you it's going to be wiped clean, like a whole brand new clean slate, because they're already saying they're having server issues. The other thing is, if you are not a member of the Hubsan Zino official group, this is Hubsan's official group for the Zino. If you are not a member of that group, join the group. It's a group that has controlled content, and that's why I'm asking you to join the group, because I think that they're hiding posts that people are posting that they just don't want that content out because it's too negative or what have it. Myself and 3 other people have posted made posts for that group, and not one of them has been approved yet. And these are just things like talking about burned out Wi-Fi boards, broken gimbals, and not being able to get the parts for them. Some of those questions have gone through with other members, but you don't see any more of those now. And those are the type of things that Hubsan is asking people to keep quiet. I have at least 2 people that I can go back and reflect on the conversations with them, where they specifically told me that Hubsan told them not to speak about, or asked them not to speak about, the situation in a public forum, yet Hubsan has taken care of them. So Hubsan's taken care of the issue with this person, but they don't want the public to know that this is a problem with the Zino. I will just say part of the problem is what I've said. It overheats, it gets too hot. And these people that are in a hotter climate, or as summer approaches, more people are going to probably find that you're going to burn out your Wi-Fi module. You're not hearing a lot about it because Hubsan's asking people not to talk about it, and they're controlling content within their group. So whatever you're experiencing as a significant problem with your Zino, join that group, post the comment, and see if they approve it. And the other thing too is if you're not getting good customer service, post it in that group. Most of the things that are being approved in that group are just the things that Hubsan needs help with because they're getting flooded with them. So when you have a group, you've got all the members that are gracious enough to help, and that's exactly what's going on. Hubsan's got all this free labor, so everybody that's having a problem updating their controller, that seems to be the biggest thing, is people update the controller and then they have a problem. Those are the biggest ones that are being approved, and that's so the other members can help out. So basically what I'm trying to do here is make sure that you bring awareness, and just see if the comment gets through or the post gets approved. So let's see if Hubsan approves your posts on the legitimate significant problems, and doesn't keep it all on the positive side. That's the other thing about having a group myself. You can join my group and you can say whatever you want about the Zino. You can say you love it, you have no problems with it, or you can report the problems you're having. I have removed anybody that is affiliated with Hubsan from my group, so you can feel free to say what you want. They're not in there spying on you and seeing what you're saying about it if they've asked you to be quiet. So awareness is a big way to get things fixed. If you don't bring awareness to other people, you're not doing the product justice, I think. That's the best way to bring attention to the problems and make the company do something about it. We're in a good place right now with the Zino. I'm happy with it, but we've got a good long stretch to go. I would say we're right where it should have been when they released the product, but there's still a good bit of work to be done to it. But it's at a point where I enjoy flying it. So, and I can finally, recommend it to people, at least people with experience. If you don't have experience, I still do not think this is the quad for you yet. Some people who have no experience, this is the first quad they bought, they've had success with it. But me personally, I'm not going to be the one to recommend it to somebody who's never flown one before. So for that, I would recommend a 501 or something. But yeah, join the group and post things that should be talked about that you're not seeing talked about in that group, and see if they get approved. That's mainly it. So that's a little challenge. Let's see what Hubsan does with it. See if they continue controlling the content as strongly as they are. And to the people that are in that group, helping relentlessly, constantly giving your time and helping, it's very nice of you. And those are the type of people that I like in my group. And I gave a shout out to a few people, but I want to thank my whole group, all my members that help out on a regular basis. You guys are great, and you're what make a group what it is. And I'm very proud of my Hubsan QC help and support group for that very reason, all because of you guys. So as you can see now, my voice is going, so it's time to end this video. If you do not subscribe, click that subscribe button, hit that bell, and get future notifications. And that way when I post the promo code for the Zino, you'll be able to get that as well. Because I'll probably do a separate video on that, just to let everybody know that there is a promo available for it. And all the other things I have to do, you'll get notified on those as well. And anything I do is just to bring knowledge, help, whatever. And out of my entire videos, if you just take one tiny little piece of something with you that you learned, then I feel like I've done my job as a YouTube channel for what I'm trying to do. So for that, if you can walk away with one little piece of something, one smidget of information, cast that thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell for future content. All right, thank you very much and have a great day.